with a really powerful twist when applied to the sales process designed to triple sales. And what we discovered was the secrets behind why they buy. What we teach our clients is the secrets, the science, and the system to supercharge their sales up to 300%. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, said that the ability to sell is the number one skill in business. What we discovered was the fact that most salespeople, business owners, entrepreneurs were being misled and spoon-fed one of the greatest lies ever told, which was that sales was a numbers game. How many of you have ever heard that in order to get more yeses, you have to get more? What if I told you that's not true? In order to get more yeses, you actually have to get more yeses. The secret is that sales is not a numbers game; it's a people game. And Salesforce.com says, "Hey, there's only 4 things that impact how much you sell." And by the way, we totally need it because the sales industry at large, what they revealed is 67% of people miss their quota, 87% don't feel prepared for an appointment, and 66% of customers feel turned off by your presentation. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you exactly how to cure that. But let's look at the sales velocity equation. All sales velocity really means is the speed to making money, the speed of how fast you can get a yes, and it's made up of 4 things. Number of leads you have, the deal value of your current product line, your win rate, which is another word for close rate or conversion rate, and the length of the sales cycle. How long does it take from the moment you generate a lead to closing the sale? What this whole equation says is, and by the way, the most important part is L, the length of the sales cycle. It's not just getting the yes, which we're going to teach you, it's how fast you can get the yes. So for those of you that are already really great at getting yeses and you have super high closing rates, I'm going to show you how to do it in half the time. How many of you think that would be really valuable? Right? So I just closed all the top producers. Okay? So by using BANK, the revolutionary methodology that I'm introducing to you, what if you had the ability to just simply speed up this equation, 10% on the top, reduce it by 10% on the bottom? Bottom line is it increases your sales velocity 47%. And I'm going to show you how that can turn into hundreds of thousands or possibly millions of dollars to you over your career. The reason that BANK works is because it's based in science. I'm talking personality science. Okay, this dates back 2,500 years ago to a guy named Hippocrates who figured out he divided the entire human race into 4 different groups. There's all different kinds of assessments out there, DISC, MBTI, color code, animals, you name it, they exist. The problem is every one of those assessments was built on who you are and never who the customer was. So the creator of the BANK methodology simply reverse engineered the process, and instead of building in psychology, she based it in biology, spelled B-U-biology, the science and buying behavior. And what she discovered was that there was a way to get a yes versus a no by using personality science. Because you see, the greatest mistake that people are making is that they're approaching people from their personality type perspective, and if you're talking to your match, you're probably going to get a what? Yes. And if you're talking to the other personality types that are not like you, you're probably going to get a what? No, which means you're leaving 75% of the money or the deal potential on the table. Let's do a quick little analogy on what that's costing you. Okay, so I want everybody to think of your last year income and write that down in your box because you all have a sheet. The creator of the program, her income when she figured this out was $72,000. Now I want you to multiply it by 3, triple it. I just told you 2 ways to do the same math. Okay, that's going to give you a number. For the author of the program, her number was $216,000. Whatever your triple number is, I want you to circle it right now. That is the amount of money you lost last year not knowing this science. So when people ask me, what does this BANK training cost that I'm going to offer you today? By the way, did I just deliver that with confidence? Mm-hmm. I am going to offer you a BANK training today. When people ask me, what does it costs you this number to not take it. And I'm going to hold that silence for 2 or 3 seconds while it sinks in. Because they're making the buying decision right now. They don't even know what it costs. They just know that they better not lose this again. Okay? So by the way, when you multiply that and compound it over your career, the next however many years you're in business, that's going to be likely millions of dollars. So when BANK's designed to increase your sales up to 300%, if you picture each one of the 4 personality types as being so different from each other that it's like they speak a different language. You would never speak English to someone who only speaks French. You'd speak French. And if you learn to speak French to that person, you increase 100%. What if you meet someone who speaks German, Spanish? You wouldn't speak English or French to them, you'd speak their language. You increase your influence 200%. What if you meet the 4th personality type, someone so different they could be considered your opposite? You probably married that person. Okay? If you can learn to speak to them in their language, whatever it is, Japanese, hajime mashite, your influence up to 300%. So bank is designed to triple your income and to get to yes in shorter periods of time. Matter of fact, let me tell you the story of the owner or the creator of the program. Her first year in sales, she crushed it out of the ballpark, made $700. Basically was the worst salesperson on the team. The only reason they didn't fire her was because she was working on commission. She was free. And over a 5-year period, she studied every program she could find. She read the books, audio programs, attended the seminars. Why I'm saying that is because in their minds, if they're saying, well, I'm already doing that, yeah, that wasn't good enough either. Mm-hmm. So whatever you're studying, not enough. Okay, that's what we're subliminally telling them. She studied every single program. She hired coaches. Hello, coaches in the room. Hired coaches, paid them thousands of dollars an hour. Got her income up 72,000. Still felt like she was going backwards. Something was wrong. What she discovered was the missing link, probably one of the greatest missing links in the history of sales. She called that missing link bank. When she applied it the next 12 months, her income shot to over $500,000, $695,000. How many of you would love to see a 7x increase next year? That's what happens. You have the potential to do that. You don't ever want to guarantee it. You have the potential to do that by simply taking this course. Over a 3-year period, her income was over $1 million, and of course the rest is history. Now this is being trained all over the world. Matter of fact, for some of you that are making decisions as to whether or not you want access to this training, let me just tell you, you have a total choice. But I strongly suggest that you take it before we train your competition. Ooh. It's only a matter of time before they become our clients, and it will give them a competitive advantage. Why? Because what we teach you is how to crack the personality code and take it to the bank. You ever watched the movie The Da Vinci Code? This little device, it's called a cryptex, made famous in the movie. Cryptex is a combination of 2 words, cryptology, which is the science of locking up secret information. Look at my hands, twisting the cryptex. And codex, the written script or scroll locked inside the device. What was in the device was the message, the secret to the Holy Grail, and there was only one way to figure it out, and that was you had to crack the what? Code. The code. The challenge is it was booby-trapped because that little message was wrapped around a tiny, fragile little vial of vinegar. If you crack the code incorrectly, what you'd crack open instead is a vial of vinegar. That vinegar would leak out, dissolve the papyrus scroll on the inside, leaving you with what?
Nothing.
Nothing. That every single person that you're engaging in your business, every prospect you meet with, every client you talk to, every lead you generate, every single one of them has a little invisible cryptex. Now I want you to imagine if what was locked inside this device, if you could successfully crack the code, is a tiny little piece of paper. And I want you to imagine if what was written on this piece of paper, walk around the room, because if you get close to them, like it gets dramatic. They're all staring at this like it really is the Holy Grail. I want you to imagine if what was written on this piece of paper is exactly what to say to your customer to get a yes instead of a no. How many of you would desperately want to crack this code? And yet how many of you have accidentally cracked the vial of vinegar instead, and you literally watched your cell dissolve? Finger. It's like a subliminal state of mind. Like a magician almost, okay? Okay? You watched your sale turn to nothing right in front of your eyes. I have a question for you. How often does that happen? What is it costing you? Well, we've identified in box 7 what it's costing you. So what I'd like to do now is introduce you to the system. The system that can help you triple your sales in possibly half the time. Go ahead and flip your paper. Boom. And now you're into box 11. Do you guys see how that works?
Yes.
Okay. So again, what you're looking at is mastery.